The Velvet Story presents Pretend, Chapter 35. A silent storm brews behind closed eyes. Geet went to Abhi's room, where he was sleeping soundly. She moved quietly, her mind turning blank. She wanted to scream, but once again, she was helpless. Just like before, she couldn't share anything with anyone, everything was buried deep inside her chest. Geet changed into her nightie and sat on Abhi's bed. She didn't understand what to feel or what not to feel, all she wanted was someone with whom she could share her inner turmoil. She stared at Abhi and slouched on the bed beside him, closing her eyes. Countless questions rang in her ears. How could she kiss him? He wasn't at fault, it was her. If only she had used her mind, it wouldn't have happened. But she had given him permission to kiss her, to touch her. She was the one who wanted to be loved. She was the one, only she. Does she regret it? If she says yes, it's a white lie. If she says no, that's the truth. Scene shift. Man, I'm not at all interested in hearing how much you enjoyed with your wife. But man, I think Geet didn't like it, Dadi said with a knowing look. Dadi ma, I'm also not interested in telling you about our romancing. But I think you're right, Man admitted, ruffling his hair in frustration. Then what are you waiting for? Go after her. Are you sure? At least try. We're also leaving soon. Man nodded in agreement and was about to leave when Prema stepped in. Man, are you going somewhere? Yes mom, home. Will you drop Samira too? No mom. There are so many drivers. Ask one of them. Man, now you are denying me just because you want to go after your wife? Prema said, her tone hurt. Don't blackmail me, mom. Fine, come, I'll drop her. Thank you, she said softly. Man moved ahead, and Sam followed him after thanking Prema. Prema, don't do something stupid you'll regret later, Dadi warned. It applies to you too. I don't see anything good in her, but you all. She's cast a spell on all of you. And she left you, just like Samira cast a spell on you. She's a nice girl. Yes, we know how nice she is, Dadi said in a disappointed tone. Scene shift. Driver, drop mom at her home, Man instructed coldly. You are going somewhere else? Sam asked, confused. Man pushed Samira into the car and ordered the driver to move. Man, Samira screamed. Scene shift. Man called Rocky to pick him up. He could have taken another driver, but perhaps all were busy or maybe he just wanted someone he could talk to. Man's soliloquy. Great, Man Singh Khurana, your first kiss, and that too, in front of everyone. In public. I didn't want it like that, but she feels like a drug to me. When she's in front of me, I can't think rationally. I always end up doing something stupid. What if everyone saw us? I'm confident, if she hadn't stopped me, I wouldn't have let her go for hours. Good job. No, great going. Now think about what you're going to do next to make her accept you. Scene shift. Man reached home and went to his room, trying to find her. But how could he expect her to be there? She had the perfect reason to be elsewhere, and what he did was just the cherry on top. Man went to Abhi's room and found her sleeping there. He shook his head in disappointment. Man, just learn from your mistakes. Whenever you do something against her wishes, this will be your punishment. She'll end up sleeping in the kids' room. Man picked her up in his arms. God, Geet, he murmured softly. Geet stirred, feeling herself being carried. But how? She opened her eyes and was shocked to find him. Man, I know my name, he said dryly. What are you doing? Actually, I missed my gym today. Thought I'd make up for it now, Man mocked. Then go to your gym. Why are you carrying me? Geet asked, confused. My physiotherapist said carrying you is the best exercise for me, he teased again. Put me down, Man. Geet screamed. You are going to wake up Abhi, and maybe the entire family too, Man lied effortlessly. He knew no one was home. Everyone came back early, Geet murmured to herself uncertainly. Put me down, she repeated as she felt him starting to walk. I will, once we reach our room. Man, I'm not going to share your room. Please, let me go, Geet said in a nervous tone, wiggling in his arms. Geet, stop, or I'll drop you right here. You'll hurt yourself, and I should be taking care of you. Though honestly, helping you with your personal work sounds exciting, he said with a naughty glint, and winked. She went quiet. Her struggles stopped, but her eyes threw daggers at him. Don't go silent on me, Geet. I'm not going to eat you, Maan added, then whispered under his breath. Not now. Why are you so stubborn, Maan? She asked when they reached his room. Really, Geet? I'm not running from anything, except you, Maan said, closing the door behind them. Geet was already nervous, and his actions only made her more conscious. Maan, why are you doing all this? Geet, I thought you were mature enough to understand, Maan replied seriously. Can we just rest and continue this discussion tomorrow? He said with a tired sigh. Where are you going to sleep? Geet asked. My bed, Maan replied in a dull tone. That's great, and where am I going to sleep? Geet asked again, glancing around his room. It screamed masculinity, fully boyish, no extra sofa, just a couch. Geet, I didn't know you were this stupid, Maan said bluntly. Geet narrowed her eyes. What do you mean? Simple. You are going to sleep on the bed. And before that corrupted little mind of yours starts spinning dirty thoughts, it's a king-size bed. We both can sleep here comfortably, Maan smirked. Maan, Geet said in an irritated voice. I'm going to sleep with Abhi. Where you don't even fit? That's my problem, she snapped. Are you scared? Maan asked with a teasing glint in his eyes. Geet narrowed her eyes sharply, signaling what on earth did he mean by that? Why would she be scared? Because you think I can't control myself, and like I took advantage of your condition in New York, I'll do it again tonight? Maan asked, half teasing, half serious. Geet's mouth dropped open into a big O shape. She took advantage, or he? Geet, close your mouth. Or I might not miss the chance I missed last time, Maan said shamelessly. OMG, she had forgotten about that kiss. And here she was again, alone in his room. He seemed to have forgotten, but now he had brought it all back again. He wasn't even guilty. He said it like it didn't matter. He's shameless, Geet. But where is your shame? Maan is right. You're desperate. Don't talk about that. It was a mistake, Geet said, looking anywhere but at him. For you, maybe. Not for me, Maan replied in a low, passionate voice. Geet didn't dare to look at him. She just went to the bed and built a wall of pillows between them. She lay down right on the edge of the bed. Maan noticed, but he was happy she didn't argue further. Geet lay on her side, her back facing him. Her heart ached, all she really wanted was to roll into his arms, bury her face in his chest, and fall asleep in his warmth. To find serenity, peace, satisfaction. Maan was still awake, even an hour later. Sleep just wouldn't come. The room echoed with the ticking of the clock and their quiet breathing. He turned to look at her. She had shifted in her sleep, now facing him. You look beautiful when you're this calm, Geet. Why are you running? He whispered to the silence. I know you're not mistaken. Maan chuckled softly. I still can't believe this, Geet, that I'm in love with you. But I am. And I understand you, even with just a gesture. I know you, he whispered. Very funny. Is this a joke? Geet asked Dave for the restaurant name. Alexander, he said. Nope. Okay, meet me at Alexander restaurant, Geet relayed to Mira. Why? See, what did I tell you? Geet said to Dave with a wink. Okay, Mira finally agreed. Bye. Meet you soon. They ended the call. Oh OMG, Bhabhi, you are amazing. I love you so much. Dave exclaimed and hugged her tightly. Dave, they suddenly heard a roaring voice from behind. The games of love are never simple. Secrets bloom between whispers, and hearts beat louder when unspoken. Subscribe now to the Velvet Story Dizzy for more emotional tales that stay with you forever.